Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my channel. Today we'll be learning how to draft a mini pencil skirt pattern. With me here I have my measurements for this tutorial. My waist measurement is 37 inches, my hip measurement 42 inches, and the skirt length 20 inches. I have my Ankara fabric here. This is 1.5 yard of Ankara fabric. My lining also it's 1.5 yards. I have my scissors, my marker, my ruler, of course my tape, and my pattern paper. My pattern paper is folded into two. I have my pattern paper folded into two, and I'm going to be drafting the front pattern of this mini skirt first. Okay, so if this is your first time of coming across my channel, please do subscribe, and also don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. Thank you very much, and let's get started. All right, remember I told you my pattern paper is folded into two, and we'll be starting with the front pattern. So now this will be my starting point, and for clarity I will measure half an inch. I measure half an inch. So when I connect these dots with my ruler, this will be our starting point. Okay, this is now our starting point. So the length of my skirt, I told you, is 20 inches. 20 inches. And remember, this mini skirt has no band, so my skirt length is 20 inches. Here is my 20 inches, then 2 inches folding allowance. And this is 2 inches folding allowance. Okay, so I will just extend the lines. I have a 20 and my 2 inches folding allowance. I hope you're following. Inches and 2 inches folding allowance. So I use my ruler to connect the line. So this is my skirt length, this is my folding allowance. Alright, and this starting point will be our waistline. Okay, so from my waistline to the hip, from the waistline measurement to the hip measurement is 9 inches, and this is because I'm an average height person. So I just extend the line. I just extend the line like I did for the skirt length. Okay, and then I also use my ruler connect them out. Okay, this is our hip line. Remember I told you this is the waistline, this is our starting point. From the waistline to the hip line, 9 inches. From the waistline to the knee is 18 inches. So because I don't want many lines here, so far my skirt length is ending at 20 inches. Okay, so I just leave it like this. All right, so the next step is to include our measurement. My waist measurement is 37 inches. 37 inches divided by 4. That should give me 9.2. But if you want to use your tape to measure, you just firstly fold the tape little too, like so. This is 37 inches, okay? Check what it gave us. This is 18.5 inches. Then this 18.5 inches, you divide it again into 2. And here we have it, our 9.2 inches. So I'll be putting that 9.2 inches on our waist line, which is the waist measurement. This is 9.2. It's clear. Then for my allowance, sewing allowance, and the darts also, I'll be making this 2 inches. And here we have it. Then for my hip is 42 inches. 42 inches divided by 4 will give me 10.5. So 10.5 for my hip. So I'll be placing that measurement on my hip line. Here we have it, 10.5. Then plus 2 inches sewing allowance. Here it is. Okay. Then for my new measurement, which is the skirt length, though it's a mini skirt, all I have to do is to measure what I have here on my hip line. I have 12.5 inches. Then I will take out 1 inch, and that would give me 11.5 inches. And the reason why I'm taking out 1 inch is because I don't want mine to be too pencil like. I want it kind of free at my knee, so that is why I took out 1 inch. But if you want yours to give you that pencil like shape, your hip measurement, okay, for example, mine is 42 inches, so I will just take out 6 inches. 42 inches minus 6 inches, that should give me 36 inches. So I will divide the 36 inches into 4, and then whatever I get, I will now put it on my skirt length and folding allowance. That is if you want that pencil like shape, but for me, I don't want that. So having done this, all we need to do is connect the dots together from the waist to the hip to the skirt length. Okay, I will be using my ruler. You can also use your free hand, or if you have a curved ruler, you can make use of that too, but I don't have a curved ruler, so I'll just be making use of my. This is the front. This is the front pattern of our mini skirt. And the next thing we do is to cut out. It is always good to place your measurement on your pattern paper first, so that you don't, end up wasting your fabric. If there's any adjustment that needs to be made, will be made on the pattern paper first. And here we have it. The front pattern of our mini skirt has been drafted already. So now let's move over to the drafting the back pattern. For this back pattern, my pattern paper is supposed to be folded into 2, just like the front. But I'm having only one left, so we just make this. But remember, when you are cutting on the fabric, you cut 2 of this for your back pattern. And the difference between the front and the back is the zipper allowance. So all you need to do is, after drafting out the front pattern, you just place it on the back pattern paper where you have the allowance for your zip. So I will be placing a 1-inch zipper allowance for my back because I don't have enough of pattern paper here. So I will just be making use of 1 inch. But as a beginner, it's advisable you make use of 1.5 inch in case of any mistake. So you still have a little more to make use of. So this is my 1 inch for my zipper allowance. Okay. So here I have it. My 1 inch for my zipper allowance. This is all we need to be drafting for the back pattern. And the next step is just cut out. This is it. We already have our front and back pattern. So the next thing we'll be doing is to place this pattern paper on our fabric and cut out, and same with the lining. Okay. So after having drafted this Ankara fabric is folded into two. This is the right side of the fabric, and this is the wrong side. Cut out the front pattern first. Okay. The Ankara fabric is also on fold, just like we have it on the pattern paper. So I'll just place it on my Ankara fabric, and then so this is the front, and need I remind you, whatever you cut on this Ankara fabric is the same you cut for the same thing you cut on the lining, only that this lining, when you are cutting out the front pattern, the lining, let me make it clearer this way. For the Ankara fabric, I cut out exactly what we have on the pattern, okay? But for the lining, for this lining, you'll be cutting out exactly, but at this folding allowance, it will be 1 inch shorter. It will be 1 inch shorter. It will be 1 inch shorter than the main Ankara fabric. Okay? I said when you're cutting out your lining now, it will be the same thing as this pattern paper, only that it will be 1 inch shorter from this folding allowance from your Ankara fabric. Okay. All right. So now I'll head forward to cutting the back pattern of the skirts. And I will show you the step-by-step way of sewing the skirt. Okay, so thank you very much.